get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
MaddenHeadz YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And today, man, I'm just, y'all know I'm still just throwing clips at y'all, older clips and stuff. But one thing I've realized in these last couple days, or ever since I've been on the beta, I've been playing like the beta and a little bit of Madden24, as well as looking at the past clips and stuff. And so I'm like, man, boy, this game is about to change a little. Anyway, fundamentally speaking, so it's just the next phase of games is bringing some stuff in. Not everything is all great. I feel like the usering could be better on the game, and I'm talking about the Madden25 beta. I mean, and like I said, some of this stuff that I say, it may or may not change. I don't know. I have no idea. But the usering could it's a little stiff. I mean, it's still workable for the most part. I mean, they can't get everywhere, which I don't expect them to. But it is a little stiff or a little unresponsive at the point where it's time to attack the ball. And I don't know if that's by design or it is just because of the phase they're in, with the beta, if they still have some tuning to do, which I'm sure they probably do. One other phase that kind of throws me a little bit is people don't understand it's gonna be an offensive game, and I mean it's really gonna be an offensive game. And okay, so case in point, you can custom stem or extend routes basically almost like the length of the field, pretty much 50 yards, I don't know. But your zone drops are still capped at 30. And so I don't know if they really put a lot of thought into that in terms of what that means. It's going to be a lot of one-play touchdowns on this game. I mean, yeah, the one-play touchdown people are going to have a ball. They're going to have a ball with this, for real. But yeah, I don't know how much thought they put into that, but that's gonna be an issue because again, you're able to extend certain routes, and I mean just not even the hot route master quarterback or those extra routes which are great. That bang 8 and the outside wheel route is gonna be deadly, but again, the fact that you're able to extend some of these routes well beyond the 30-yard marker when the zone drops, are capped at 30 is gonna be, this gonna be interesting. But I mean, there are other things defensively that I do like though. The pass rush, the organic pass rush, just meaning the block sheds rather. Defensive tackles are back. I think there was a point in Madden where when we used to do our fantasy drafts, a defensive tackle was coming off the board first. It was Aaron Donald or Fletcher Cox or whoever. The days of dominant defensive tackles, I think, are gonna be kind of back in style a little bit, because if you have a really good defensive line and you're going against a subpar to average offensive line, you're gonna see the effects, and you won't have to look for it at all. Of course, unless they tune it, all that stuff does happen. So I that may be the offset. It may be the defensive pressure or the disengages, the block shedding and stuff, where they feel like that's good enough where, the custom stem thing, it may balance it a little bit, but I don't think so. I think people will find a way to get the people blocked that they need to get blocked. But yeah, that is going to be really interesting. The tackling is another. I don't think it's a big issue. I just think that Madden is Madden and the DDA and all that kind of stuff, but it's like, yeah, the tackling angles sometimes still don't make sense. There's still a lot of whiffed blocks at the offensive line where they're just going and they're kind of warping into another block, but they're really not blocking anybody at all. And so, again, I don't know, I don't know which direction they're trying to go with that. I guess, as they do some of the deeper dives, we'll get a better understanding of, what's what. Again, it has potential. I don't expect it to be perfect whatsoever. That was nasty, boy. What was it, Madden24? Yeah, I don't expect it to be perfect, but, again, in its infancy stages, there still has to just be some semblance of stuff that makes sense. No, I don't want to see my offensive lineman stand there and go to his left as, the guy who was lined up right in front of him just basically walks right into the quarterback and he just doesn't block anybody else. He doesn't double team the inside guy, nor does he block the guy in front of him. And so I just think a lot of that stuff, I'm always of the belief that a lot of that stuff is the DDA and the obstacles. They just, it's just a game, and so if I know that, I can deal with that. That is what it is, man. Yeah. What else were we supposed to talk about? Oh yeah, man. College Football Guide pre-orders are live, man. So yeah, y'all run out there, go to the CoachDC404.com site. Go ahead and pre-order your college football mechanics guide, man. It's interesting because I really realized that these are gonna be two different games. Now, y'all listen, this is me saying this. This is crazy, because normally I'm always of the belief that they're basically the same game. Yeah, I'm one of those people, but I'm seriously of the belief that these are gonna be two different games, especially with the passing system. The switch stick thing, I'm still figuring it out, and I'm still figuring out the benefits of it the way it's currently constructed, because the way it's currently constructed is going to be, unless they make the halos that are like the halo that's under the Fridge's feet or Calvin Johnson's feet, as I get to pick. They have to make that more prominent. It has to be a big, bright red, solid color where we can see the guy, because with the switch stick, the way the icons move, or the way the not the icons, but the way the halos move, it's kind of hard to tell who you have control of, for a brief second. And then still, it's something I talked about earlier. The movement, once you switch to the guy, the movement, there's a slight delay in the movement, so you have to kind of really know what you're doing, in terms of like maybe using the middle of the field and then switching to your backline safety somewhere, or knowing which direction to do it in. But trust me, I've worked some stuff where I've kind of figured out a pattern of who I'm gonna get when I switch. But yeah, it's gonna be some work, man. Anyway, man, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's your boy Coach.